The checks are coming, and they're bigger than most people expected. Starting January 13th, a new $2,000 relief initiative is rolling out across America, and millions of retirees could see money hit their accounts within days. But here's what nobody's talking about. Not everyone will automatically receive this payment, and the qualification process is causing massive confusion right now. Social Security recipients are flooding helplines with questions about eligibility, deposit dates, and whether they need to take action to claim their funds. The truth is, this isn't your standard cost of living adjustment or annual benefit increase. This is a completely separate relief program, and understanding the difference could mean the gap between receiving $2,000 or missing out entirely. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through exactly who qualifies, what the payment timeline looks like, and the 3 critical steps you need to verify right now to ensure your deposit arrives on schedule. We'll also cover the common mistakes that are already causing delays for thousands of Americans and how to avoid them completely. Let me be direct with you, because this matters. Right now, there's a lot of noise out there about relief payments, government programs, and what's happening with Social Security, and I need to give you the straight facts before we go any further. The claim about a Trump $2,000 relief plan with deposits starting January 13th needs serious clarification, because what's circulating online and what's actually happening are 2 very different things. First, let's talk about what's real and what's actually in your bank account or coming to your bank account. Social Security benefits are continuing as normal. If you're receiving Social Security retirement benefits, Social Security disability insurance, or supplemental security income, those payments are arriving on their regular schedule based on your birth date and the type of benefit you receive. That hasn't changed. What has changed is the amount of confusion surrounding various announcements, proposals, and actual implemented programs. And that confusion is causing people to make decisions based on incomplete or frankly incorrect information. Now, when we talk about relief payments and assistance programs, we need to separate campaign promises from actual legislation. And we need to understand the difference between federal programs that have been approved by Congress and signed into law versus proposals that are still being discussed. Over the past few years, Americans have received several rounds of economic impact payments, commonly called stimulus checks. These were real, they were substantial, and they went out to millions of people. But each one of those payments required congressional approval, had to go through the legislative process, and was tied to specific economic conditions and eligibility requirements. The challenge right now is that there are multiple things happening simultaneously. You've got the regular Social Security cost of living adjustment that went into effect in January, which increased benefits by a certain percentage based on inflation. You've got ongoing discussions about Social Security reform and how to strengthen the program for future generations. You've got various state-level programs that are providing assistance to seniors and low-income individuals. And then you've got proposals, ideas, and campaign discussions about future relief that may or may not come to fruition. All of these things are getting mixed together in social media posts, in viral videos, and in headlines that are designed to get clicks rather than inform people accurately. Let me walk you through what's actually verifiable right now. Social Security payments go out on a specific schedule every single month, and that schedule is based on your birth date if you're receiving retirement or survivor benefits. If you were born between the 1st and the 10th of the month, your payment arrives on the 2nd Wednesday. If you were born between the 11th and the 20th, your payment comes on the 3rd Wednesday. And if you were born between the 21st and the end of the month, you receive your payment on the 4th Wednesday. Supplemental security income recipients receive their payments on the 1st of each month, and if the 1st falls on a weekend or holiday, the payment comes on the last business day of the previous month. This is the established, reliable, predictable system that millions of Americans depend on. Now, regarding special one-time payments or relief checks, here's what you need to understand. Any new federal payment program requires an act of Congress. The president can propose programs, can advocate for legislation, can sign bills into law, but cannot unilaterally create a new payment program and send money to Americans without congressional approval and appropriation of funds. This is basic civics, but it's important to remember because it helps you evaluate claims you see online. If someone tells you about a brand new payment program that's starting immediately, your first question should be, has Congress passed this and has it been signed into law? What we've seen over the past several years is that economic relief programs, when they do happen, are announced well in advance, with clear eligibility guidelines, application processes if needed, and official government websites providing information. The IRS typically handles the distribution of economic impact payments, and the Social Security Administration handles Social Security benefits. When these agencies are preparing to send out new payments, they update their official websites, they send notices to beneficiaries, and they provide detailed information through official channels. If you're hearing about a payment program exclusively through social media, through YouTube videos, or through unofficial websites, that's a major red flag that you need to verify the information through official sources. Here's something else that's critically important. Scammers know that seniors are often targeted with misinformation about government benefits, and they use this to their advantage. They create urgent-sounding messages about new payments, limited-time opportunities to claim money, and requirements to verify your information or pay a fee to receive benefits. These are scams, pure and simple. The federal government will never ask you to pay money to receive a benefit payment. They will never ask you to provide your social security number, bank account information, or personal details through an unsolicited phone call, email, or text message. If someone contacts you claiming to be from Social Security or the IRS and asks for this information, hang up, delete the message, and report it to the proper authorities. So let's get specific about what's actually happening with Social Security and senior benefits right now. The cost of living adjustment for Social Security benefits did increase payments starting in January. This is an annual adjustment that's calculated based on inflation, and it's designed to help benefits keep pace with rising costs. The exact percentage varies from year to year based on economic conditions. This increase is automatic, you don't need to apply for it, and it shows up in your regular monthly payment. If you're receiving Social Security benefits, you should have received a notice in the mail explaining your new payment amount and when it would take effect. Beyond the regular Social Security system, there are other programs that provide assistance to seniors, and eligibility for these varies based on income, assets, and other factors. Medicare provides health coverage for people 65 and older and for certain younger people with disabilities. Medicaid provides health coverage and long-term care assistance for people with limited income and assets. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, formerly known as food stamps, helps low-income individuals and families afford groceries. Many states have additional programs that provide help with utility bills, prescription medications, property taxes, and other expenses. These programs are real, they're established, and if you're struggling financially, it's absolutely worth investigating whether you qualify for any of them. But here's where I want to bring us back to the specific claim about a $2,000 relief plan, with deposits starting on a specific date. For this to be real and happening, we would need to see several things. First, there would need to be legislation that passed both the House of Representatives and the Senate. Second, that legislation would need to be signed by the president. Third, the implementing agency, whether that's the IRS, the Social Security Administration, or another department, would need to announce the payment schedule and eligibility requirements through official channels. Fourth, there would be widespread reporting in mainstream news outlets, not just on social media or YouTube. And fifth, official government websites would have detailed information about the program, how to check your eligibility, and what to expect. When major payment programs have rolled out in the past, we saw all of these elements. The CARES Act stimulus payments in 2020 were covered extensively by every major news organization. The IRS created a specific portal where people could check their payment status. Social Security recipients received official notices. The information was readily available through official government channels. If you're not seeing this level of official communication and verification, you need to be extremely skeptical of claims about new payments. Now, I want to address something that's really important for your financial well-being and peace of mind. The desire for additional financial help is completely understandable. Many seniors are living on fixed incomes that haven't kept pace with the rising cost of everything from groceries to healthcare to housing. When you hear about a potential payment, especially a substantial one like $2,000, it's natural to hope that it's true. and to want to make sure you don't miss out. Scammers and clickbait content creators exploit this entirely reasonable desire, and they use urgent language, specific dates, and official-sounding terminology to make their claims seem legitimate. The best protection you have against misinformation and scams is to verify everything through official sources. The Social Security Administration has a website at SSA.gov where you can find accurate information about benefits, payment schedules, and any changes to the program. You can create a My Social Security account where you can see your benefit amount, payment history, and official notices. The IRS has a website at IRS.gov where they post information about tax credits, refunds, and any economic impact payments. If there's a new payment program, it will be announced on these official websites with clear, detailed information. You can also call the Social Security Administration directly at their toll-free number, though wait times can be long, so using the website is often faster for getting basic information. Another reliable source of information is your local area agency on aging. Every community has resources specifically designed to help seniors navigate benefits, healthcare, and financial assistance programs. These agencies can provide personalized help, can explain what programs you might qualify for, and can assist with applications. They can also help you understand what's real and what's not when you hear claims about new benefits or payments. Many of them offer these services completely free of charge, and they're staffed by people who genuinely want to help seniors access the support they're entitled to. I also want to talk about the importance of understanding how government assistance programs actually work, because this knowledge helps you evaluate claims and make informed decisions. Most federal benefit programs have been around for years or even decades. They have established rules, clear eligibility requirements, and regular payment schedules. When changes happen to these programs, they typically go through a lengthy process. There are hearings, debates, votes, and then implementation periods where the agencies responsible for administering the programs set up systems to handle the changes. This means that sudden announcements of brand new programs with immediate payment dates are extremely unlikely to be accurate. What's more common is incremental changes to existing programs. The Social Security Cost of Living Adjustment is a perfect example. It happens every year, it's predictable, and it's based on a formula that's been in place for a long time. Similarly, if there are going to be changes to Medicare premiums, prescription drug coverage, or other senior benefits, these are typically announced months in advance, with transition periods and opportunities for people to understand how they'll be affected. The federal government doesn't generally announce major new benefit programs and implement them within days or weeks. That said, it's absolutely true that there are ongoing discussions about Social Security reform, about how to address the financial challenges facing the program, and about ways to provide additional support to seniors. These are important policy debates, and they involve real proposals from elected officials, advocacy groups, and policy experts. Some proposals involve increasing benefits for certain groups of recipients. Others focus on changing the way cost of living adjustments are calculated. Some address the long-term financial sustainability of the program. These discussions are legitimate and important, but they're different from claims about imminent payments that are about to hit your bank account. Understanding the difference between a proposal, a piece of legislation working its way through Congress, and an actual implemented program is crucial. A proposal is an idea that someone has put forward. It might be discussed, debated, and evaluated, but it hasn't been acted upon yet. Legislation is a formal bill that's been introduced in Congress and is going through the process of committee hearings, votes, and potential amendments. An implemented program is something that has passed both chambers of Congress, been signed into law, and is actually being carried out by government agencies. Only that final category results in actual payments showing up in your account. So, where does this leave you right now today as you're trying to figure out what's real and what you should do? Here's my straightforward advice. Continue to receive your regular Social Security benefits according to the normal schedule. Monitor your My Social Security account online to see your official benefit amount and any notices from the Social Security Administration. Be extremely skeptical of claims about new payment programs that you can't verify through official government sources. Never provide personal information or payment to anyone claiming they can help you access benefits or speed up payments. If you're struggling financially, Research legitimate assistance programs through official channels like the Social Security Administration website, your state's Department of Human Services, and your local area agency on aging. And most importantly, don't let fear of missing out on a payment push you into making hasty decisions or trusting unofficial sources. The reality is that Social Security and senior benefits are complicated, the rules change periodically, and it can be genuinely difficult to stay informed about what you're entitled to and how to access it. That complexity creates an environment where misinformation can spread easily, and where people with bad intentions can take advantage of seniors who are simply trying to understand their benefits and make sure they're receiving everything they deserve. Your best defense is skepticism, combined with verification through official sources, and a willingness to take the time to research claims before acting on them.